Sorry. Hello and welcome back. So there's a change of plan. I am going to mute in a second and I'm just going to play through because this is taking far longer than expected. So there's plenty of episodes with me just walking along this path, showing just how slow it is to travel. I want to get this done today, or at least get to the point where we're leaving the highway. So I will narrate over footage further down the line, and I am going to probably speed up the footage because I was hoping to do about 10k per half an hour and we got 7k. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going quiet and things should start moving a bit faster when you're watching this. Alright guys, see you in about. Yeah, I'm not going to go quiet for very long, really. That's not like me. So, hello again. So, it's now 2 days later. So, I recorded this on the 30th of May. And am now narrating it on the 1st of June. Now, when I was recording these episodes, I think it was probably episode 11. Either 11 or 12. The episode came to an end due to the server restarting. And then when I came back, I commented about the server being down for about an hour and a half or so. And I suspected that they were making a full copy of the world plus player data in preparation for turning on the test server. Because the test server is the world, but it's taken at a certain point, and that's where you all are. Now, I predicted that it might go on that night, which it didn't. However, as of today, the test server is up and running. So I logged in on my alt account to see where I was, and yes, I was exactly where I was when the server had restarted on the 31st. Sorry, on the 30th. So I'm saying it right now, I'm calling it, I got it right. I knew that they were... I'm bragging here. I suspected that's what they had done. Because when they were running the test server last year, a few times when it was on, I saw them... They took shut the server down for it. It was down for a couple of hours. And then when it came back up, it was wherever that point was when they'd restarted the server. And that's what it looked like they were going to do, and that's what they're doing. So, at the moment of time recording, test server is up and running. Whether it'll still be up and running when this comes out, and considering this is episode 14, and I'm looking at bringing this out every other week, and the video that came out today was episode 3, there's a good chance the test server might not be up anymore. You never know, the server itself may have updated by then. But let's not get ahead of ourselves there, shall we? So, there will be a video that will come out, which will probably come out before this one. So, I'll be referring to something in the past. Because my alt account was where it was when I logged into the test server, there was no point me coming and doing any of these episodes with that account. The main server is still up, so I can just log onto the main server for that. So I backtracked to the main end island because, as you know, when we logged in, the dragon was there. So I wanted to have a look around. And I did. And then, basically, I just wanted to wait for the dragon to kill me. There was only about a dozen people on the server, so when I died to the dragon, the message comes up. Died to magic, and loads of people were like, magic? How'd you die to magic? So I just put in a message. There be dragons in these parts. So yeah. So that's that. So yes, so at the moment test server is up. So videos are going well. I was watching back episode 3 today, and I have to laugh because one of the things I said in the episode was I was hoping to have the whole thing done originally in 6 to 8 videos. Oh, I am so naive. Not the first time I have completely underestimated how long things take. I've done that many times in real life. But it's like 6 to 8 episodes. We're on episode 14 and we're still nowhere near finishing. At least we are in the end dimension now. But this is going to take a while. So I've got it sped up. I think we're running at double speed, which I think, considering we're just running along a nice road, is okay. It's not causing any major visual issues or anything. So, yes. Yeah, I'm not very good at estimating how long things take. Many years ago, not long after I started seeing my partner, and it was just after my dad had passed, I was still living with my mother at the time because financial situation was I couldn't afford to get my own place. Therefore I was able to pay reduced rent to my mother, which helped her out, and I wasn't having to pay full rent I would do if I had my own place. Now, so in the UK, the house that my mother lives in was built in the beginning of the 1900s, about 1910, 1920. And back then, the houses tended to have large gardens. So, as such, she has quite a big back garden. The garden is easily 2-3 times the size of the house itself. And the garden's on 2 levels. So it's flat, and then there was a slope, and then another area where my dad had multiple sheds, and over time he'd had greenhouses and such. And he also had a fish pond, very, very big fish pond. He liked this fish, but because of the cost of running it with water pumps and filtration systems, we'd rehomed the fish at a local aquatic centre. So fish went to a nice new home. They didn't go to live in the farm. I have been and visited them, and they are doing well. So filled in the pond, but my mother wanted it levelling, so I spoke to my partner, who was my new boyfriend at the time, and asked him if I could borrow some heavy equipment. So he lent me a mini digger. Yeah, he let me loose with a mini digger. And I was going to dig out and bring the garden all to one level. Now, fair play to him, he never laughed at me when I said about this, that I felt I could do it, would have it done in a weekend. And him and his brother have a skip hire company, so if you don't have them where you are, basically a skip is a large metal container, open topped, which you'll find on building sites where waste and the rubble gets put in, and then a large truck comes, picks it up and takes it away and brings an empty one. It allows you to get rid of bulk waste, and you can hire them domestically. It's not just building sites that have them. There's a few smaller ones as well. So my partner and his brother have a company where they hire these skips out. So he brought one for me to fill, and that because I believe that all the soil I was going to dig out would go in this one skip, and I'd have it done over a weekend. 4 months later, 6 skips later, I'm nearly about 3/4 of the way through. And looking back and thinking, I don't know why I thought it would all fit in one skip and I'd get it done so quickly. So yes, when it comes to estimating how long something is going to take to do, I'm not very good at it. Oh dear. Whether it's in real life or on Minecraft. And to this day, and that I'll still make reference to the fact that I genuinely thought I'd fit it all in one skip, and the fact he just humoured me, smiled, nodded, and left me to find out for myself. Which is one of the things I do love about my fella, is he will offer advice if he thinks it's relevant, but he never tells me that I have to do it that way, and he'll never tell me I'm wrong. He lets me find out for myself, and I love that about him, because that's how you learn better. And I don't mind being proven wrong. I'm quite happy to be proven wrong. As last night I was helping out another player on one of the other servers I play on. He's got a big project ongoing, and I was helping place some slabs for him. And we had about a shoulder full of the warp stem, and he was wanting to place the half slabs of the warp planks. And taking a look at the area that we needed to place them, I confidently said to him, we're not going to have enough. And he was like, well, we'll see how we get on, and if we need to go get more, we'll go get more, but we'll probably have enough. And he was right. Not only did we have enough, I took about half the stuff to do it, and I had enough just with half that shulker full to actually finish the area and have a little bit over. I was like, okay. I was wrong. So yeah, so if I'm wrong, I will admit to being wrong, but I do love it when I'm right. It's a nice feeling when you've done something or anticipated something and it turns out you're right. Now, in case of anybody has been paying attention, in the bottom right corner where the hacks get listed, you'll notice auto walkers on. I wasn't away, I was at the screen, my hand was on the mouse for directing, but I just turned on auto walk instead of having to keep my finger on W the entire time. So yes, there may have been a little bit more cheating. You see? And there you go, it's gone now. It was just, yeah, so occasionally you might see auto walk come on, literally just me being lazy and taking my finger off W. But I'm never away, because it takes a little bit of being to one side or the other, and if I just left it auto walking, I'm off the edge. I'm up on the rim and I'm off the edge. So there's no way I would just go AFK and leave auto walk on. I wouldn't even do that in the Nether or the Overworld, because there's just too many places where you can fall foul of things. And so, yeah, that's not going to happen. One of the good things that about narrating this after the fact is I do get to have a bit of a look at what the past. So, it looks like there's quite a few builds. Now, further back we went past an area that looked like some trees had been grown there, but the colouring was slightly rot off. They were cobble, mossy cobble, for the leaves. I remember having a little bit of a closer look when we went past, and it doesn't really show on this because I've got it sped up, but I was able to spot that it was mossy cobble, and it looked amazing. It's just those little things that people do sometimes and makes you stand back and go, that worked really well. It's like a fossilized tree. So yeah, as I've previously mentioned, I play a few servers. So one of the servers I play on, that server's coming up to its 5-year anniversary. Now, I'm quite new to the server, but I've been invited to join in. And the builds that the others have made, so I've done a few little builds of my own, which I'm quite proud of, but they are nowhere near in the same level as the builds that everybody else has done. Now, one of the things people sometimes say is comparison is the stealer of joy. And yeah, I could look at it and think, oh, look at theirs compared to mine. I'll never be that good. But sometimes, if you go in to look at something with the right mindset, it actually helps. So I'm looking at the builds I've done, And that's, and looking at the whole thing, oh my god. Yes, there's part of me thinking, will I ever be able to make that sort of build? But then I start looking at the details that they've done, little tricks and tips that they do without realizing it. Like one guy has made this absolutely amazing sail ship, and then when you look at it from the distance, and then when you get up closer, you start noticing little things. Like he's used fence posts to simulate the rigging going up to the masts. Instead of just having the mast upright with nothing holding it in place, he's actually done something to simulate rope. And it worked beautifully. It was such a simple thing, but just that little detail that made me go, ah, wow. And then it shows me a way of doing things. So, you know, in a future build, I might want to have something to make it look like cabling. Yes, at this point, I decided to risk the boat. Because the ice path has been solid pretty much. You know, the odd bit where blocks have been replaced. So anyway, yes, back to the build. So yes, there's little things that we'll just ignore my difficulties of steering on the ice for the moment. So yeah, little details that people put into the builds, which are, you know, to them will probably be second nature. So I'm looking at those details and that and going, right, okay, I never thought that. And taking that away with me. So my building, yeah, it's a bit scary, that one. Building ability is going to improve by being around these other builders, seeing what they do, seeing the sort of things that they have made, and improving by learning from them. And that's something I very much want to do. And the same here is on 2B. You know, we don't have as many blocks to choose from, but I've come across builds, and you know, and I look at it sort of, I never thought of doing that. Sort of like mixing in andesite with stone brick, and the way the texture works, or using half slabs and stairs on a pathway to make it look a bit more uneven. Just little things that will help me improve and help make me a better builder. And you know, these guys I'm teamed up with on Constantium, you know, they throw up redstone farms like there's no tomorrow, and I'm still there thinking, how's that work? You know, and they've encouraged me to try that a little bit harder. Do more redstone. I don't understand what I'm doing, but they've encouraged me to be better at doing things and to step out of my comfort zone by just doing what I'm yeah. Ice paths are fun. So, yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, so they have really I'm trying to think of how to put it. They've helped me become a better builder. I'm far from a good builder. I'm okay. But the stuff I'm doing isn't bad. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad. But it's a lot better than it was when I started. Except for the last of the end build. Except for the very last ship, that which I forgot to take it off pause when building. As a whole, I'm finding my builds are getting better because I'm starting to think more about the details. And maybe starting to think about maybe planning things ahead, because it's something I've not really been interested in doing, is planning it and maybe doing a mock-up of them first on the creative world to see how it works. But I ended up doing that with something I did on Constantium, and because I'd worked it out first, it was so much better than it would have been if I just thrown it up without actually thinking about it. So yeah, so I'm not I'm not named anybody. Sorry, I'm just grabbing a quick drink because I'm a bit thirsty. So I haven't named anybody. So the group I'm a part of on Constantium is in the CPW, Constantium Public Works, and there's 5 of us. There's myself. There's a guy called Bar. He has many alts, but if you see the word Bar in it, it's probably him. Another gentleman called Mac. Again, he has a few alts. One of them, not all of them have Mac in it, but a few of them do. There's another gentleman who goes by Zero, and another gentleman who's goes by Boomer or Boomer James. So they've all pretty got like multiple accounts. I've just only done the one alt so far because I think I gave Microsoft enough money as it is. And fair play to any of you who happen to watch this and actually get to this point in the video, which is probably just going to be Bar. Thank you. Really, really thank you guys, because I've had so much fun doing stuff with you, but you've also, on a more personal level, have encouraged me. You've had, to put it one way, had a positive impact on me, because I've always loved Minecraft and been a Minecraft nerd for years, and started up playing on servers, but to some degree it can be a little bit lonely because I'm not a part of a group, and here on 2B I'm very reluctant to trust people, which is one of the things I've enjoyed about the videos, is the fact that I'm getting now to know people a bit more, having a bit more interaction with other players. But you guys have inspired me, you've encouraged me, you've welcomed me, and you've kept me entertained. So thank you, guys, so much. Alright, that's enough of the soppy stuff. Okay, I'll get emotional. And everything we do, the stuff that happens, I pass it all on to my partner. He gets to hear all about it, and that, of who's done what and what's happened and everything. The only one of the group that has thrown me slightly for a loop is a gentleman who goes by the name of Mac, because one of his alts. So the server we all met on, I wasn't sure I was going to play on it. I just sort of logged on one day. I was looking for another server to play on because I just left one which I just was done with. I didn't really want to carry on there. And they'd seen me on earlier on and the night before, where I'd been jumping on and off with both my Bedrock and my Java account because it's a cross-play server. So they messaged me and asked if I was okay, if I needed any help, and then I decided to play the little old lady thing to the extreme. And Mac's account, though I didn't know at the time that was actually his account, he found me and he gave me some stuff and that, and he played along with being the little old lady I was saying about. I was trying to find my glasses. I would have sworn that player at that time was a kid. Nothing he said or did. It's just the little bit of little bit of fun. A case of not taking themselves too seriously, just being a little bit chaotic like I am sometimes. And that was a case of came across a lot younger than he is, and that with the same sort of similar sense of humour as I have. And he said a few little things which has made me laugh. and that, and maybe sit back and go, yep, he's got the same level of chaotic childishness as I have, and probably similar ages. I think he's a bit younger than me, but he's certainly not a teenager. Put it that way. Responsible adult outside of Minecraft, like the rest of us. Right, I'm gonna have to pause here because somebody's knocking on the door, and I am back again. So yes, sorry, there was a knock at the door then. Parcel was just being delivered. So yes, so Mark, if you get to this point in the video, or if you watch it at all, thank you for being a chaotic individual with the same level of sense of humour as me. And I apologise that when we first met, I thought you were 15. Okay, didn't tell you that, but that was the assumption I had, that you were 15. Oops. You won't get this far in the video. Oh dear. Yeah. I had to get the dog because it's my anniversary and my partner's anniversary is coming up soon. Now normally we don't do gifts for each other, but this year randomly I've decided to buy him something. He knows I've bought him something but doesn't know what it is yet, which is now causing him absolute chaos because one, he doesn't know what I've got him, and he now feels obliged to get me something which he doesn't have to. And how to put this, he's not great at thinking of presents himself. He sort of does rely on me coming up with suggestions for him, which I might do nearer the time. But for the time being, just sort of making him suffer and have to think of things for himself is a lot more entertaining for me. Yeah, I will show a little bit of mercy on him nearer the time, or probably sooner rather than later. But I gotta have a little bit of entertainment. Give him a chance to see if he will come up with something himself. And it's not that he doesn't try. It's just not something that comes easy to him. Trying to think of something that somebody else might like. So, where possible, I always do try and give him suggestions and ideas. But doesn't mean to say I have to give him those suggestions straight away. Maybe I can just hold off on it a little bit. Just a little bit, maybe until a week before the anniversary. I'll probably give him his present beforehand so he knows what he's got. I haven't gone overboard and done anything crazy. Just something I know he would like. So anyway, darling, I'll take this opportunity, even though this won't come out on YouTube till much after the fact. Happy anniversary, my love. I love you lots. There you go. I have said it in public. There you go. It is now recorded forever that I love you. Right. I shall stop embarrassing you now. Right. I think it's time to leave the ice road. So, doing well. I'm going to end this episode here. As soon as we make it down safely. It's time to hit the open end. So if I'm going to die, it's going to be out here somewhere. So I think I could do with a break from this for the minute. So I'm going to call it here for a bit. Alright. See you soon. Bye.